Hi, welcome back to Garage Misadventures. Today we are introducing you to our 1968 Volkswagen Baywindow Bus, affectionately named Ruby. And right now, as you can tell, she's running pretty good, as you can tell from all the noise. But it was not always so. So we have owned Ruby now for about 8 months, and we bought her in Seattle, Washington, which is not where we live, as you might have guessed. And our original intent was that we were going to drive her back home. So we had this kind of half-hatched idea of the Great American Volkswagen road trip. And so we drove over there in another vehicle, obviously, and it's about a 8-10 hour trip from where we're at. And we looked at Ruby and decided we were going to buy her. We test drove her, and the only thing we noticed during the test drive, she was running pretty good, but she was really hard to find the gears during shifting. And the guy we bought her from told us that he had the gear shift adjusted at the local Volkswagen shop, which he had a receipt for, and that was just the way it was. But I was grinding gears on the test drive quite a bit, and I just couldn't quite find the right spot. We found out later. I took it to the shop that I go to locally after we got her back home, and the shift couplings were completely slam wore out, and it wasn't just out of adjustment, but now she shifts beautifully, so we got that fixed. But we paid the guy, and we drove away in Ruby, and it was about 9 o'clock at night in downtown Seattle, after dark obviously, and we made it about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from his house, and Mary was driving and doing a better job of shifting than I had with the worn out shifter, and she died. Just completely dead, in a very hilly area of downtown Seattle, Martin Luther King Boulevard, at night, unfamiliar town.
It was terrifying.
It was not a very fun situation. I'm really not familiar with Seattle. I'm really not comfortable in Seattle. But thankfully, we were close, so obviously I had no idea what was going on. There were a lot of people around. It was like, all right. So I called the previous owner that we just 10 minutes before bought Ruby from, and said, we've got a problem. I can kind of sort of get her to start. I was able to limp her back to his house. And what we discovered later is that somewhere on, probably right where she died, we lost the idle jet out of the carburetor. And we didn't find this out until we got her back to Boise. But if anyone tells you that you can't drive a Volkswagen without the idle jet,
false.
It's not true. It's not recommended. A definite 0 out of 10 experience. Would not recommend. That said, it's possible. So I drove Ruby the 1.5 miles through the hills back to the guy's house, and just a testament. I don't know if he's going to watch this or not, but the people we bought Ruby from were just great people. I've had some really bad experiences on purchasing things online, and this was not one of them. They're just great people. That night, he's like, I don't know what's wrong with it. I know you're here from out of town. I'll just give you your money back. So he gave us our money back, and we went, we kind of thought on it, and figured, well, we did want the bus. We went back the next day. We tried to figure out what was going on. Me not being a Volkswagen expert, I didn't notice right off that the idle jet was missing. I didn't diagnose it that fast. But the previous owner was extremely gracious and helped us pay for the shipping back home. And we went ahead and made another deal with him, but he told us he was totally fine with walking. So just extremely gracious. So we really appreciate that. Just a good guy to deal with. So thankfully we were able to set up shipping with a broker, and the next week Ruby came to our house. So the previous owner, his wife was able to be there and let them load Ruby at their house in Seattle. I feel really bad for the shippers because it was a pretty tight area of Seattle. So I don't envy them because they were loading her onto a 38-foot trailer. But they were able to load her up and bring her over and drop her off at our door. So unfortunately, our poor planning didn't really work out for us, and our road trip didn't happen.
Well, it did. We just didn't get to do it in the vehicle we wanted to.
Yeah,
we made the trip there and back.
We still had to drive back in the other vehicle, but we were not able to do our planned Volkswagen Bus road trip. So we have Ruby now. You've seen her in the background in some of our other videos, but in the future we'll be doing some projects with her. We hope to be taking her to the shows, assuming they happen this year. It's just a really weird year, but we hope to be taking her to the shows, doing some camping. She is a tin top Westfalia camper, so she doesn't have the fiberglass pop, but she does have the bed in the back and the table that pops up.
She came with the hammock that comes up here too,
yes,
which is super cool.
I'll
have to show you that.
Westfalia child hammock. We have that. So anyway, we just wanted to introduce her and talk about how lousy we are at doing road trips. But anyway, I hope you enjoy, and we'll definitely have some more projects with Ruby in the future. So keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching Garage Myths Adventures. I'm Doug, and this is my wife, Mary. Didn't say that at the beginning if you haven't been watching, but appreciate you watching. Drop us a comment, let us know what you think. Tell us about a road trip that you had that maybe didn't go to plan. We love the interaction, so don't forget to like our video and drop us a comment, and please subscribe so you can catch our future content.
Okay, bye.